Hi everyone, Consumer Investigator Dale Cardwell here. Welcome to Consumer News We Can Use. You know, there are so many flooring options available for home and business owners these days, from sleek wood and modern tile to plush carpet and vinyl. Options that fit your lifestyle and budget are endless, but sometimes low-cost materials end up costing consumers much more than they can imagine. Joining us now is TrustDALE Certified After 5 flooring owner Shay Reason. Shay, how are you today?
Hey, I'm very good, Dale. How are you today?
Fantastic. You're looking great too. Shay, so not all flooring is created equal, right? Why is it so important that customers know where their flooring is coming from?
Yeah, it's an excellent question to get in and really examine, where's the origin of this product? We live in America. It's a great country. We have standards that a product can be made by, so we have government organizations that step in and say, "Hey, where are you getting these raw materials? Where is this coming from? Is this good for the environment? Is it good for our health? Can we walk on this?" And many of you know, California leads the standard on what they will and will not let into their state, and the rest of the country kind of follows through on that. And so you have other countries, particularly China in particular, likes to they have a lot less regulations on what can get inputted in that manufacturing process. Can cause the floor to be brittle, not just health concerns or emissions that it may give off, but the actual structure of the product can be compromised. So cheaper is not always the lowest cost at the end of the day.
You know, there's so many options. The old days, you just put wood down, but you can do so much better now, but it makes it so much more complicated, Shay. So why do you need to work with an expert to do a floor?
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because what we're noticing right now is we're getting a lot of calls for people asking for hardwood floors, and we get to the house, we show them the samples, and they actually want a vinyl plank or they want a laminate. So understanding what they're asking for on that call in is important. But what they're saying is, "Hey, I want it to look like hardwood." And some people obviously want a real wood floor, and we can do that. But today, a lot of it is about a vinyl plank floor or a waterproof floor, as it's known a lot of times.
Yeah,
We've talked
scratch
about
proof.
that in the past. Yeah,
Yes, we have.
scratch proof. We've talked about all that. But a vinyl plank floor gives them some stability, some more scratch resistance that you're not going to get in a hardwood floor. Gets you to be able to put a flooring in some areas where you really couldn't put a hardwood floor, maybe moisture issues or something along those lines.
Got it. So some people would say regulations translates to higher prices. Why are these regulations needed in manufacturing?
Well, it definitely, there is a cost associated with those regulations. So it is a part of the cost. But you enable knowing that the right kind of product is getting, uh, as far as a right kind of raw material is getting put in to give us our results in a beautiful product that's not just pretty to look at, but sustainable. It's not an adversary to our health. And it's as simple as the recycled content that goes in there. There can be virgin material. It can be material that is scrap left over of another manufacturing process, or it could just be landfill that gets dumped into these floors. And there's only one way to really find that out, and that can be not doing your due diligence to see where the product comes from, but it's putting it in your floor. Sometimes the product you paid the least for can be the most expensive thing you ever purchased. There's It's quite expensive to redo your floor twice.
Yes. So Shay, is that one of the factors that consumers should consider when they call you and After Five Floors, because your competitors may be using cheaper materials and they're not revealing that to your customer?
Yes, absolutely. We only install the products that we provide. We get calls quite a bit every week, saying, "Hey, I've got my product here and I want you to install it," and we won't do that. It's not because we're not beyond that ability, but whenever I walk out of that property, out of your project, I want you to be able to know that, hey, I can stand behind that product. I know where it comes from. The vendors that we're getting our products from, they actually have representatives on site in these other countries, whether it be China or Vietnam. There's representatives representing that manufacturer at that facility, actually spot checking and walking that facility day in day out. They live there, and so before it even hits a pallet to be palletized and hits a container to leave that port and come to our country, it's already been checked and verified.
So, what are considered sustainable materials? And what are some questions that folks need to ask their flooring contractor if they are considering going with sustainable materials?
You know, a lot of times how you can tell is just read the reviews online. If you've got a product that you're wanting to put in, um, Google doesn't lie, you know, from that. So, you know, everything on the internet's true, right, Dale? So you go there, read what the reviews are on that product, and you'll quickly find that, oh man, that product has, there's already been some consumers out there that's had a bad experience on that. And two, you're dealing with for us, we're primarily a shawl or a mohawk manufacturer, our vendors. So we're working with them diligently, week in, week out, to make sure that we got the right products that we're showing our customers.
So, Shay, how do folks get in touch with you at After Five Floors?
Well, of course, they can visit trustdale.com, do a search there for flooring, and pick out After Five Floors, or you can visit us directly at our website, afterfivefloors.com. We'll set up an appointment to come out, bring samples, and take some measurements and provide you with a written quote. And there's no pressure to buy on site. We want you to take your time, look through what we've got. I like to say, look at it morning, noon, and night. Make sure it's the right floor for you.
Excellent. And you also get the TrustDALE Make It Right guarantee, the $10,000 Make It Right guarantee. Shay Reason of After Five Floors, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Dale. Always a pleasure.
I hope to see you soon. We'll see you guys next time on Consumer News We Can Use.